Today we're going to go over where horses live. We're going to follow Odin throughout his day. At 7 a.m. he starts off in his stall where he eats his breakfast, and then we let him outside in his turnout paddock with his buddy Thor. Horses require lots of turnout time because in the wild they're used to roaming with lots of room. So the lesson horses are out from 8 a.m. to about 2 p.m., which is when they get their dinner time. During that time, they're allowed to play around, eat some hay in their paddock, and just be horses. While this is going on, Odin needs his stall cleaned from the mess that he has made the night before. So my two helpers grabbed pitchforks and cleaned up all of the dirty shavings so that they could make room for fresh shavings on the floor. If the floor does not get properly cleaned, horses can get rashes, infections, and have other health problems. Every day, Odin has to get a fresh batch of water. This is the water that he didn't finish from last night. It gets dumped, the bucket gets cleaned, and it gets hung back up with fresh new water. Horses drink between 5 to 10 gallons of water a day, so it's always good to make sure their water is topped off and fresh. Next, we get some shavings. The shavings is the bedding for the horse. It keeps the stall dry, odorless, and it provides a soft ground for him to lay on if he wants to sleep. We normally put about 1 or 2 wheelbarrows of shavings in the stall, depending on how much they had left over from the other night. The shavings are sawdust and are normally made from either pine or cedar wood. Sometimes our shavings are thin and dusty, and sometimes they can be a bit thicker, all depending on where you buy it. Now you'll see our helpers fluffing it up and spreading out the shavings so there's an even layer all over his stall. Next, we set up the hay and grain. Odin gets 1 full scoop of regular horse pellets that we put into his blue bucket, and he gets 2 flakes of hay that we put underneath the blue water bucket. The reason we put the hay underneath the blue water bucket is so that when he sticks his head out of his stall, he doesn't drop the hay all over the ground and then miss out on half of his meal. By this time of the day, Odin has finished all of his food from outside, and he's ready to start coming in. By 2 o'clock, all the horses get a little antsy and hungry, so he ends up waiting at the gate for us and whinnying at us to let him in. After we bring him in, he enjoys the food we prepared for him, and he stays there overnight. Maybe he has a few lessons to teach during the night, but other than that, he stays tucked in until the next morning. Thanks for watching Wisdom Tree Preschool.